All right, Thursday night football. It's going to be a great night. Let's make some money, all right? Let's go.
I like that.
I'd like to do that too. Last minute betting here with the Sports Knot powered by OddsJam, the premier odds comparison company for sports bettors worldwide. We're here. We're ready to make some money tonight. It has been an interesting week of sports, and it's going to continue to get interesting as we go on here. Don't forget about the up to $1,000 in second chance bets from PointsBet for new users. Link is below in the description, and the OddsJam Partner Program, best sports betting program around. It's an affiliate program. Link below in the description. You get paid to share OddsJam. Go there now and make some money. Share with your friends. Let people know about OddsJam. Yeah. All right. Merce will be here in a little bit. He's running a few minutes late, but he'll be here, and we'll have him jump in the conversation. Thursday night football tonight. NBA tonight, NHL tonight, college basketball tonight. Mike, you on the Blues again?
No, I will not be on the Blues tonight. After the other night, I'm disappointed.
Tonight would be the night to back them, though.
Yeah, well,
I'm just saying.
Not going to happen here.
All right, and there's our boy, Merce. Alex, how you doing? Good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
How are you? He sent me a very nice note, Mike, over Thanksgiving. Said that he was thankful for you and I.
Awesome.
Pretty darn nice.
Always
Very
trying to bring the
nice.
class where I can.
Absolutely. Thankful
all
for
right?
you as well, Merce. It's been a pleasure knowing you and becoming your friend, doing streams with you, making money with you, and just sharing a common interest. So it's always awesome.
Yeah, I just hit the year mark with OddsJam like last week, so it's kind of crazy to look back and think it's a full year now, and
Yeah.
kind of to think about how I was betting a year ago versus now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Insane. It's insane. But, I digress. Let's talk about this game tonight. 9.5 point favorite Dallas Cowboys. They are at home. Are they really 9.5 points better than the Seahawks?
Well, what Dak Prescott are we going to get, and what Geno Smith are we going to get?
Good
Yeah.
point.
Because we know what we're going to get from running game and all that sort of stuff. So, is Geno going to be able to get the ball to people like Lockett and some of his other people, or at least find some room on the flats to open something up? Or is it going to be a really kind of 3-and-out kind of night for him?
Right.
That's
Yeah.
kind of what I think.
Well, let's keep in mind one thing with Dallas so far. When Dallas wins, they win. They cover the spread big time. The only game they've had all season long that was even close was the 2017 win against the Chargers. Every other game they've played, guys, go back to week 1, 40-0 against the Giants, 30-10 against the Jets, 38-3 against the Patriots, 43-20 against the same Rams team that beat Seattle, 49-17 again against the Giants, 33-10 and then against the Panthers, and then 45-10 against the Commanders. Yeah, if they win this game tonight, they're probably going to cover the spread, I believe.
I think part of the reason, guys, is Kenneth Walker is not going to play tonight.
Well, that's true.
One less person to be able to get the ball to, on Seattle
Well,
side
yeah.
to be able to kind of divvy out some of the skilled plays,
That's true, but you still got to be able to run the ball, and
true.
I don't know what kind of running game they have besides Walker. And I got to plead ignorance there. I'm not real familiar with that Seattle roster. I think
is it Charbonnet or Charbonnet? I don't know how you their backup
Charbonnet,
running back.
yeah.
Is it Charbonnet?
I think so, yeah. That's what I've always heard. But
I mean, look, not as good as Kenneth Walker. Definitely somebody that people are looking at for an anytime touchdown. For me, I can't trust or back anybody on Seattle for an anytime touchdown myself, not without Kenneth Walker there. So going to be tough for me to jump on any Seattle train.
The only person I could back as a touchdown scorer for Seattle is maybe their defense if Dak decides to have a bad night and throw a pick six. But
yeah,
I ain't paying any money on that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Steven Batza, you know what? I didn't waste time last night by going and looking and seeing what the Joker's numbers were. He went over his PRA, hit it in the third quarter. You're welcome, Steven Batza. That's something I'm telling you right now. He's 10-5 to the over in his PRA so far this year. So I'm looking at his number every single day, and it's real easy to find, isn't it, Merce, with this software? It's like simple as can be.
Of course. I mean, the other one that keeps popping up is actually his triple double.
Yes.
It's funny because like every third night, every other night, you'll see his triple double be positive EV on FanDuel, and you're like, come on, guys, do you not know that he could throw a triple double 4 games in a row? You know,
Right.
if he just decides to, and somehow he comes up as a plus 165, plus 175.
Yeah.
Right.
Pretty easy to jump on those, man.
Yep.
You know, and his next game's going to be against Phoenix. Well, Phoenix has nobody down low that's going to be able to handle him, and he's going to be able to do it. I mean, he's going to be lining up for another triple double and probably an over on his PRA their next game against Phoenix. I mean, I mean, who on Phoenix is going to check him in any way? You know.
So this is more if they happen to throw, if DraftKings throws one of those stepped up parlays tomorrow, I'm calling it right now. I'm gonna build it the Joker special, and it's just gonna be all Joker pretty much all the way up. No, seriously, I did one of those this year and it cashed. You know, like one block, one steal, over PR, over PRA, over PA. You know, you just ladder it all up, and somehow you end up with a 100 boost at 2,800 on the Joker.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, and he's gonna eat up Nurkic from Phoenix. I mean, it's gonna be another heyday, unless unless he just
gets
for whatever reason does. Yeah.
In the third.
His PRA last night went all the way down to 49.5, which is what it started the year out as. And they had him 2 games ago at 53.5. So got to tell you something. The books don't know what the hell they're doing when it comes to him. And they got enough info. They ought to know. The guy went over his PRA 72% of the time last year. He's 10-5 right now. He's heading towards 72% again. You better probably raise them numbers. And it doesn't matter even if they made it 54.5. He had 57 last night.
It's just like, I get it. He doesn't look like the typical NBA player superstar. I get it. People still don't get it. But like, you think the books would buy on or like understand mathematically that this is what he's put up, and he's put it up for 3 years now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Almost 3.5 if you keep going back. This isn't some anomaly here.
And Mike, when was he drafted?
Like what round? I don't remember exactly what round, but I can tell you it was in the middle of a Taco Bell commercial.
That is true. I've heard that. He was drafted, I believe, in 20.
Oh, what year?
14.
No. I want to know where he was drafted. Second round. How far down?
He was in the second round. I don't know.
That was a good sound for a live stream.
41st overall.
41st overall.
Yep.
Okay.
How did he not go how does he not become a first round draft choice? That doesn't usually happen in the NBA, does it, guys? No,
not usually, but a lot of these guys that you see coming over from Europe can go later in the draft, and they end up becoming an impact. I mean, I don't remember Manu Ginobili. I don't believe he was a first round. I don't think he was a first round draft pick. We know Luka was, but that we've started to pay more attention now to those players coming over from Europe and things because their basketball skill and IQ level is off the charts. The chart.
Have you guys seen? And I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name, but have you seen the new guy, Goja? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
Putting up, double doubles like crazy.
Yep.
Build your own double PEVs like crazy. I mean, he's fun to watch. I mean, it's just these Europe guys are built different.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that'll be fun to watch him in Orlando with Banchero for some years. We'll have to see how that ends up going.
Ginobili in the 99 draft was picked 57th overall. You're not going to believe this, Mike, but Lamar Odom was 4th.
In the NBA draft that year?
Yes.
No, he was. Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Elton Brand, Steve Francis, Baron Davis, Lamar Odom.
And some good players, all very good players there. But we would have to all agree Manu Ginobili is a better player than them.
Oh yeah, and a Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer for sure.
Yeah, Hall of Famer. We lost Merce.
Yeah, he's back, bro.
Yeah, I pressed the reload button wrong.
It's okay, man. All right, what do we want to talk about?
Here's my anytime touchdown tonight. I'm going to give you one. You guys tell me what you think. It's going to have really good value on it. It's not going to be your typical, big dogs necessarily. But if you really think about it, Brandon Cooks for Dallas has been absolutely killing it here recently. You got to remember the first 4 games of the season, he really wasn't much of a factor. But in the last 6 games this year, guys, 24 catches for 379 yards and 4 touchdowns. I think we can trust him, Brandon Cooks, to score a touchdown. And at the value you're going to get him at, I mean, why not?
Okay. Now, let me tell you what my anytimes are here.
CeeDee Lamb, I bet.
CeeDee Lamb.
Of course.
DK. Tony Pollard, not only anytime, but first half. And Tyler Lockett. I'm going with you know what? I think I like the Seahawks.
That's a bust. That's a bust of a parlay or whatever you're planning on doing with that.
Parlay it. It's what I put in my video.
Lockett and Metcalf. Look, if you would have told me 4 years ago, I would have said absolutely book it. 3 years ago, maybe even. But
now get them the ball. And how are they going to get there?
Hang on, Mike. Last 2 weeks, I picked 21 anytime touchdown scores.
That's fine.
In all the games. How many did you pick?
How many of them involved DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett?
DK Metcalf was one. Yes. Sorry.
He was.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Last week.
You got to give it.
Okay.
Yeah, got to give. Thank you.
And we're sure he scored.
It was either last week or the week before.
Now we're thinking maybe it was the week before. See,
it was last week.
Well, hold on. I mean, they only had 13 points against San Fran, and Geno Smith did not throw for one. You know what? They had a defensive touchdown. Seattle did.
And there's your call right there. I think that's a very good possibility.
I would roll with that for Seattle. If I'm going to do anything, I'm with Merce. Take the defense. You're going to get incredible value on it, and I mean, you can trust that just as much as you can trust Lockett or Metcalf scoring.
That was one of my 2. I'm going with Gallup for, Gallup for the Cowboys. I don't know if I'm a Gallup fan. And then the defense, if you want to pick someone for Seattle.
Okay. I like it.
All right.
I like it. Can't argue that.
You guys have no faith in me.
Pollard's. I definitely think Pollard's going to get one. It's just when you're betting on negative 145.
I'm not.
That's true. You're picking first half.
For first half, yeah.
I'm taking him both ways. So, that's the concept behind it. I think it's a pretty.
You may as well.
It doesn't work.
Take them both.
It doesn't work all the time. Pollard.
It definitely. I'll give you an example. Last weekend, I think it was Ramondre Stevenson touchdown scorer
Right.
parlayed with first half touchdown scored, and there was 0 touchdowns scored in that first half by New England, and I got absolutely
Yeah.
dinged.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I think we could trust Tony Pollard's a first half guy anyway, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we could trust in him. I mean, no Ramondre Stevenson, definitely not Tony Pollard in any way. So I
Right.
think we can trust now. CeeDee Lamb, I'm not trusting, Bob, because Merce is on Gallup. I think Cooks is Dak's going to look his way, guys. I mean, he's a big part of this offense right now, and Brandon Cooks is a veteran. He's been in this league a long time. Even if you get in the red zone, he's a guy you can trust. And don't throw out the possibility of Ferguson for Dallas scoring.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you can't forget tight ends.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't
and
forget
there he
that.
is.
Don't
There
forget
he is.
that first and
Right
goal
there.
from the 3 tight ends into the flat play.
Yeah, and they do that a lot with him.
Plus 200 on him. Pollard is actually minus 130 on PointsBet right now. I usually only pick one guy from each team and a first half, but I don't know. I just got a little adventurous and decided to go a little bit more. Be funny if all 5 picks hit, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It'd be crazy.
It'd be really funny because I didn't put him in a parlay. That'd be really dumb, wouldn't it?
There was a no sweat, like FanDuel. So I actually did do both defenses to score just for fun, and then like over 25 points.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
just
good.
the way these Thursday night games have been going, it's just not the spot to go heavy on anytime touchdown scorers,
Right.
it feels like.
Don't forget, folks, if you're going to do a first half anytime touchdown score, looks like FanDuel's the only market or book that's got the market.
And Bob, do you really
Go
think Seattle's going to be able to move the ball enough on this Dallas defense?
I just
They're
can't
tough.
get away from Pete Carroll, and maybe I'm thinking too much of what he's done in the past. I didn't expect Seattle to be as good as they are right now.
Well, they've lost 3 of their last 4, and they got
time to cut the losing.
thumped by the Niners, thumped by the Ravens, and embarrassed by the Rams. That's an embarrassing loss.
And you think Pete Carroll is? I'm telling you right now. You think that doesn't sting? This team's
Seriously.
coming back and they're going to play tonight. Okay,
So
we're going to see what happens.
I really think so. I don't trust the offense. The question is, can the defense get a turnover once or twice and put them in a short field? Because I think that they could get a touchdown and then a few field goals in a short field, if that makes sense. But that puts a lot on the defense to.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot. And Bobby Wagner's going to have a big game for Seattle. I mean, he's still a big part coming back to Seattle. He's definitely a big part of that defense right now as they stand. They don't have a lot to lean on. So, yeah, you're going to have to get some turnovers, a sack here and there when you need one on a third down or a second down when you really need to push Dallas back a little bit. And like you said, a turnover. I think if Seattle wins this game, they need at least 2 turnovers, and that's at least 3. Maybe really. I mean, I just don't know how often Seattle's going to be able to move the ball on Dallas in this game a whole lot, but could be dead wrong.
Definitely been wrong before, especially.
I could get on backing the Seahawks on the spread. I really could back them on that.
What I'm talking about.
But winning the game, it could end up being, it's just like I said, it's just a worry, Bob, because when the Cowboys win, they spank people, and I know they're not playing great teams when they're winning, but Seattle's not a great team either. So they're good, they're decent, but
there you go.
Dallas. So then Dallas wins by 10+.
All right, now I'm going to do something different. Mike backed the Blues the other night with Minnesota coming off a 7-game losing streak and a change in coaches. Now, Mike, I'm backing the Wild tonight against the Predators. I think the Wild make it 2 in a row with the new coach. What saith you?
I'm going to disagree with you on that one because the Predators are hotter than crap. 6 wins in a row. I think they get the 7th win in a row.
Here we go. Time for the winning streak to come to an end. It happens tonight. Go ahead, Mercer.
No, they get to 7 and then it ends.
No, go ahead.
Well, I mean, I just think that, when you have such momentum like that, it's really, I mean, how much energy does it take to break a streak like that? Can it be done? Yes, but I just think, as you said, when you're rolling, it takes so much less energy to keep rolling than to go into someone else's house and stop a streak.
The only thing is here's where I'm coming from on this. There's a lot of good players on Minnesota. Okay, we're not, Kirill the Thrill is on that team. Okay,
yeah,
it's not like they don't have good players. This is a kick in the butt to fire the coach who, a lot of people thought Minnesota a couple of years ago were a Stanley Cup contender, right?
For sure.
So nobody's been talking about Nashville being a Stanley Cup contender.
No.
Remember, Nashville lost Ryan Johansson. I know they got Ryan O'Reilly, but Johansson, that's a big loss, and that went to your Colorado Avalanche.
Yep. Thank you very much. And
that is a big acquisition in my addition to that team. So
here goes Colorado, right? 4 in a row.
I was just going to say the only reason
here they come.
Go ahead, Merce.
The only reason I back Mike on this one is because they're the only team that's hotter than the Avs right now. You know what I mean?
True. That's true.
If you're playing that good of hockey, you know what I mean? It's hard to really see a flaw in one part of their game, whether it's the offense, the defense, the transition, even from zone to zone. You don't see any real gaps in how they're playing right now. So it's hard to see really how this streak.
The only team, Colorado has won 7 out of their last 8. The only team that's beat them was, guess who? Nashville, at Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough place to play. Nashville is tough. Ironically, the Avalanche, after losing, what they have, 2 in a row they've lost, an embarrassing loss to the Blues. And then right after that 8-2 loss to the Blues, they turn around and blister the Kraken 5-1, the Ducks 8-2, the Stars 6-3. Then they lose to the Predators. Then they spank the Canucks, my Canucks, 5-2. They beat the Wild, the Flames, and then the Lightning. And I mean, Colorado's tough.
Oh yeah, no two ways about it.
Is it Columbus or Nashville? One of the rinks is known to have very, very bad ice by, the Zamboni, where the Zamboni enters. It's like well known, and they use it as like a home ice advantage because it's just like the most terrible spot of ice. And I forget if it's Nashville or Columbus, one of those places.
Columbus is one of them teams that I just can't get. I just can't figure them out. Anytime touchdown and team to win bets. Pollard plus 110, Lamb plus 135. So if you pick the Cowboys to win and Pollard or Lamb, this is the odds that you're going to get. That's kind of cool. It's a different.
I would trust Pollard. I trust Pollard over Lamb right now. And it's not that Lamb's not good. It's just that Dak's got a lot of options. We talked about Ferguson, the tight end, Brandon Cooks, Michael Gallup. CeeDee Lamb's great. Don't get me wrong. But
they got other people.
CeeDee Lamb's likely to have 100 yards receiving and may not get in the end zone. Who knows? It may be Cooks and Ferguson and guys like that. Pollard definitely, I believe.
Yeah, I'm going to tend to agree with you there. So let's go back to the NBA for a second. Right now we're looking at. I just want to throw this out at you guys very, very quickly. And I want people to see where you can find this at. We're tomorrow's December 1st. So, we're moving along in this season. Crazy. This is where the championship winner odds are at right now. Mike and Merce, the reason I brought this up.
Does anyone see something off there?
How was Phoenix ahead of Denver?
And why does Penny have Denver so off? Look at Penny's line.
I know. It doesn't make any sense at all. It's because of the penny line, I'm guessing, that they put him in the spot. But I mean, to me, Denver. It's Denver and Boston, man. Those are the top.
That penny line, we sure that's I mean, that's.
I know that's exactly
something's
what
got to be off there, man. I can't imagine that. Yeah. There's no way you're getting Denver
plus 17.98. Are you kidding me?
No chance.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. Over to Penny to check it just for fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say go check that. That's off. That's off. And unfortunately, we can't use Penny in Illinois to check. That can't be
485.
Yeah,
right.
There's a glitch. There's an issue there.
485. Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, shoot, I'd be smashing that on Penny if that was.
I brought this up I'd open for a reason.
Yeah, no kidding.
We've got Boston, Orlando, Milwaukee, and Philadelphia as your top 5 teams in the East right now.
Mm-hmm.
And in the West, Minnesota, Denver, Dallas, Oklahoma City, and Phoenix. Any surprises here, guys? Does Orlando stay up where they're at? Is OKC really for real? And Minnesota? Mm-hmm. Is Minnesota that good of a team?
Yep.
These are the questions that I have.
For real. You're seeing a team finally grow, SGA and some other pieces finally. Do I think that they're going to win the West or something like that? No, but are they a playoff team that can really give a run at a 2 seed in the second round or something like that? Heck yeah.
Yeah, Oklahoma City is for real, and so is Minnesota. They're going to be they're going to be on the rise here. I mean, we saw when Minnesota, they've got Towns and Gobert down low. Anthony Edwards is putting himself on the. I mean, he's been on the map, but now he's big time on the map. Those teams are here to stay, and Orlando's much improved. They had a year under their belt last year with Banchero being his rookie season. Now he's starting to get in, and the guy we talked about, Goga, is it Goja or Goga? I always say Goga.
I'm not even gonna.
So
I don't want to be the wrong one. The
pretty good. So you got to like this team.
Orlando's for real,
and Houston's a better team. They're a much improved.
A much better team.
They're a much better team, guys. Yes,
they made some. Well, it's the Masai Ujiri effect. Masai Ujiri is just an NBA, staffing. I don't want to say God, but guru.
Yeah, they're building a good team there.
Their lineup just turns around in a few years.
No, they've drafted well. They're drafting well. They're putting good pieces together. And they've got a solid lineup now. I mean, the Houston on a night-to-night basis can hang with the best of them now, guys. Crazy to think that, but that's the case right now. And you're seeing some teams, that are starting to, kind of, remember Utah last year, how good they were. They were kind of surprisingly good. They're kind of starting to be more mediocre now.
Yeah, and what happened?
The Grizzlies have just fallen off.
Yeah.
Well, what happened to the Bulls?
Yeah, they've fallen off too.
You have stop ball players who are getting older and don't know how to distribute well. Zach LaVine can put up points, hit you some threes, but he's going to get you 3, 4, 5 assists a game. DeMar's DeMar. If he goes off, heck, 35. If he doesn't, you can have 7.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing some new things happening. Minnesota climbing up now, and OKC, like we talked about. Sacramento, who was improved last year, they're still in the mix. But those teams that we talked about, the Jazz, the Warriors, not as good right now. The Grizzlies falling off the planet. Those teams that were playoff teams last year. If they don't make, 3 new teams are going to move into that spot right now. OKC's right there, man.
Stephen Batts of Pollard first TD is boosted to plus 610 on PointsBet.
I wonder
if that's the happy hour. If that's their happy hour boost, that'd be a good one.
Might be, and you know what? I haven't gotten into the happy hour.
Which I would think of a good happy hour boost. Take
Well,
a guy
yeah.
who's going anywhere from -145 to -105 and boost him to 610. What the heck is that?
Yeah. I was talking about real happy hour.
There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
All right, boys. Well, we
Yeah.
ready to make some money tonight?
Let's
Always.
make some money. Make some money. Merce, thanks for coming on.
Of
Love
course.
it when you're here.
Always a pleasure.
Have a great night, folks.
Merce fan.
Thanks, everybody. Doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo.
We'll see you guys soon. Been a heck of a first year doing this.
For sure.
Hold on, we'll get the Kenny Powers.
Oh, yeah. Little syncopation there, Mike. Offbeat. Don't say what you're thinking. See you later, folks.